how this works up. Lewis, why don't you come up? I'm going to invite a 13-year-old boy who's going to present to you later on. Lewis, come on, say hi to everybody. Come on and step on our little red carpet. Thanks, Lewis. So have I talked to you about the brain before? No. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about the brain, and because I want to show that, Lewis is very bright, but you can teach this to 13-year-olds whose brains are also changing. So let's do the hand model. Very good. So here's what happens, Lewis. This limbic area helps you work with the brainstem to create your emotions. It actually works closely with other areas to create various forms of memory. And do you feel close to your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So this is the part that lets you feel connected to her, okay? Now, put your fingers over the top like that, right? Now, this is a part that actually is going to grow once you come out of your mom's belly, out of her womb, right? And this is a part that's very much shaped by the experiences you have. Yeah. And this is called the cortex. It's the outer bark of the brain. So the back here, turn your head sideways. We use a demo right there. So this is the back part of the brain like that. And so the back part of your brain in general represents the outside world. It has all sorts of layers to it. It makes maps of the outside world. Very good. And then you are one handsome guy. So this front part of the brain here is called your frontal cortex. It allows you to think and reflect. And so when we talk about reflections, this is the part of the brain that actually lets you be able to manage and mention your emotions. Isn't that cool?
That's really cool.
So the kinds of things that you do in your mental life, like the mind basically is, when you are playing a game and you feel excited? Mm-hmm. That sensation you call subjective experience. And that's a part of what the mind is. Do you notice sometimes you can be aware of some things and sometimes you're not aware of things? Yeah, so awareness is also part of what the mind does. But a third thing that the mind does is it helps regulate how all this information flow is happening in your awareness, in your subjective experience, and even in how you communicate to other people. So the reason we're talking about reflection, when you look inward, what I call time in, develops this part of the brain. Now, take a look at these two middle fingernails there. This is part of an area called the prefrontal cortex. Look at me, it's right behind your forehead, right there. And notice, lift up your finger and put it back down. What do you notice is kind of unique about the anatomical position of these two middle fingernails?
It's right under the thumb.
Exactly. So it's right under the thumb, and this is the part of your brain that actually allows the cortex to go to that thumb area called the limbic area. And notice, is it also near your palm? Yeah, so it also connects to the brainstem. It takes information from the body too. So it comes up your spinal cord, up your brainstem to your limbic area, especially on your right side of your brain, and goes right to that area. Now here's the cool thing. Watch me. Now, what did you feel when I was doing that? Sad. Very good. Excellent. Then happy because we were goofing, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the sad thing, this part of the brain actually lets you pick up what's going on inside of my nervous system. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
So we have a relationship because I'm going to send energy to you, and this part of the brain right there, which is right here behind your forehead, it's going to take in what's going on in me. It takes in what's going on in your body, like your heart, your intestines. It takes in what's going on in your brainstem, your limbic area, and what goes on throughout your whole cortex. And it takes these separate things and it pulls them together. Now, you know what the word we use for taking separate stuff and putting together is?
No.
Integration. So here's what this area does. It integrates everything. It integrates your body, your brainstem, your limbic area, your cortex, and even your relationships with other people. So when you reflect on things, and you have relationships where two people honor each other and then care about each other with connections and communication, we call that an integrated relationship. Here's the amazing take-home message for you and for everybody. When you have reflection and you have relationships that are caring and connecting, you actually stimulate the growth of the integrative fibers in the brain. And these are the fibers that allow you to have resilience. And so the key to this whole thing is, I know you have been experiencing video games, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you've learned, watch this, this part of the brain allows you to be regulating your impulses. Does that sound familiar? Controlling your impulses. It allows you to do that. It allows you to actually be aware of your feelings. It allows you to be aware of other people's feelings and understand them. It allows you to actually be moral, think about what's good for everyone, including the planet. It allows you to actually have intuition. It allows you to know where you've been in the past, where you are right now, where you're going in the future. And it allows you to tune in to other people. That you get by reflecting on the inner world, being able to mention and manage your feelings. It allows you to develop it when you have relationships that are supportive, like with teachers and with parents. And it allows you to develop all this so you're resilient. So here's what I say about schools. You know, there's a policy that they say no child left behind. I say we should have a policy where you have reflection, relationships, and resilience. So it's no prefrontal cortex left behind. How does that sound?
That sounds better than no child left behind.
There you go. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You are so